Horoscope for Gemini, Sunday, 10 May 2026. Welcome to CosmologicaLab. You feel that pressure in the air, Gemini? As if the cosmos were holding its breath before a big change. There is an electrical vibration, a kind of subtle tension that runs through your nerves, reminding you that the universe does not stand still. Today, the sky presents an intriguing challenge. On the one hand, you feel the harmony of a gentle breeze, that connection between your essence and the expansion that invites you to trust. But on the other, there is a necessary friction, a friction between your ideas and the reality that forces you to recalibrate your course. It's like being in the middle of a beautiful melody that suddenly finds a discordant note that forces you to pay attention. That energy, which at times seems like a whisper and at times a distant thunder, manifests itself in you in a very tangible way. As you wake up, you may feel a renewed vitality, a kind of magnetism emanating from your own presence. It is as if your skin shines with a light of its own, thanks to that duration that Venus brings to your personal image. You look in the mirror, and even if you feel that mental tension, you notice that there is a beauty, a harmony on your face that invites you to present yourself to the world with confidence. It is a day where your single presence has the power to soften the roughness of the environment, as long as you manage to navigate the inner storm that the moon and Uranus try to provoke you. Taking this energy to the ground of your projects and your livelihood, the panorama becomes fascinating. Imagine that you're checking your bank app or checking a pending bill, and suddenly, a notification appears that makes you smile. A little unexpected cash entry or an expansion opportunity that seems to have sprung out of nowhere. Jupiter is operating in your sphere of resources, giving you that lucky push, like finding a forgotten ticket in an old coat. However, not everything is lightness. There is a shadow of seriousness that accompanies you, a need to look at your shared commitments or those debts that seem to weigh. It's like you're building a building. Jupiter gives you the brightest materials, but Capricorn's energy in your shared affairs asks you to build solid foundations and not ignore the small letters of contracts. In your professional life, you might feel a call to something more intuitive, almost like a dream that begins to take the form of vocation, a desire for your work in the world to have the depth of an ocean, moving away from mere routine to seek a more transcendental purpose. If we stop to observe how this climate affects your temple, your body, you will notice that vitality is your great ally, but discipline will be your challenge. That presence of Venus on your skin and your image invites you to pamper yourself, to look for beauty rituals that comfort you, perhaps a cream with an aroma that transports you to a quiet garden. But be careful, because in the heart of your routines, there's an intensity you can't ignore. You might feel the need for deep cleansing, not just in your home, but in your habits. It's like your body is asking for a data, a purification of what no longer nourishes you. The energy of Scorpio in your daily habits pushes you to look at what you consume, not only in food, but in information and stimuli. It is not a time for negligence, but for preventive maintenance. A vigorous walk or more conscious feeding will be your best tools so that external tension does not become a knot in your stomach. If we look now at the fabric of your bonds, the stage becomes complex and deeply transformative. Your social circle, your friends and your groups feel today as a scene of intense emotions. There is a mixture of structure, dreams, and action. You could find yourself at a virtual meeting or at a cafe with friends where, suddenly, the conversation becomes deep, almost mystical, but also loaded with a responsibility that you cannot avoid. You feel Saturn's presence asking for order in your friendships, but also Neptune's involving everything in a fog of idealism. You may feel the need to set a limit on someone, or an old friendship will bring you a nostalgia that will make you think about who you are today. In the field of love and couple, the energy is adventure and freedom-seeking. With Sagittarius influencing your close relationships, you might feel the desire to explore new horizontals with someone, or maybe a conversation with your partner will lead you to talk about travel or shared philosophies of life. However, do not ignore the need for order in your home. A small detail in your home, such as ordering a drawer or caring for a plant, will be the anchor that allows you to enjoy the intensity of your relationships without losing the center. On the plane of your thoughts and your spiritual expansion, the universe is playing its most mysterious cards. There is a world of secrets that are being revealed to you. It's like you're sailing in a sea of fog, where suddenly a ray of light lights up an object you've lost. The presence of planets in your area of the occult and the unconscious suggests that your dreams could be especially videos or revealers these evenings. You could have a brilliant idea as you shower or as you walk aimlessly, an epiphany that seems to come from nowhere, but that changes everything. Mercury and the Sun are working in the shadows, processing information that you are not yet ready to verbalize, but that you are already understanding at a deep level. At the same time, your mind seeks to learn, seeks to expand through new knowledge, perhaps a book you find by chance or a podcast that gives you the answer to an existential doubt. The Moon and Pluto in your area of wisdom invite you to an intellectual transformation. What you thought you knew is being questioned to give way to a more powerful and authentic truth. Do not be afraid of momentary confusion. It is only the prelude to absolute clarity. If you feel like you need to do a ritual today, I propose attention alchemy to transmute that pressure you feel in the environment. Since there are aspects of tension in your day, like that Mercury square with Pluto that can generate obsessive thoughts or irritation, we will release that burden. Find a small piece of paper and a folklore or just your hand. Write on paper what is stealing your peace today, that little trouble at work or that message that left you restless. Visualize that this concern is a dark cloud that comes from you. Once written, break the paper into very small pieces, almost dust, and throw it away in the outer trash, thanking the universe for taking that burden. Finally, wash your hands with cold water and some soap, imagining that the water drags any residue of that irritation, leaving you clean and renewed. To accompany this day and help you keep your mind calm in the face of unexpected changes, for today, I propose the light blue color. If you have something of this color nearby, such as a mobile cover, a notebook, or even a detail on your clothes, use it as a visual anchor. Blue will help calm the flow of your thoughts and bring serenity to your communication, acting as a balm for that mind that today works 1,000 revolutions. Remember that the important thing is not the object itself, but the intention to seek peace in the midst of the movement. Today, you will discover that the true strength lies not in avoiding the storm, but in learning to navigate it with grace. You will be able to transform each challenge into a step towards your own evolution. Trust the process, because even in tension, the universe is weaving your victory. Have a nice day, dear Gemini. Subscribe to CosmologicaLab so you don't miss the next video. Give it a like if it resonated with you, and let us know in the comments what you thought. See you in the next video.